So today I want to create an abstract, and for a substrate I will be using this chalkboard here. Now it is obviously meant for a graduation event, but it will serve me well. It's very sturdy, it's made out of wood. And to start with, I use my white Stabilo All to divide it a bit, just to create some extra interest. Now from here on, my project is super easy to follow, like so often, and I will put all the mediums I will be using in the captions for you. Now towards the end of the video I will chat with you a little bit, not only about this piece, but also I have a few others I would like to show you. So please enjoy the process, and I will talk to you in just a wee bit. So this piece is done, and it's time for a little bit of show and tell, because I have 3 other projects I would really like to show you. Now all of them were done on wooden substrates. They all have black gesso in them and lots of texture. So don't go away, stick around just a little longer. So first to this one. I really like how these fibers made such interesting shapes. I'm also quite happy with the colors. I like how the tiny beads as well as these long ones created some movement. Now before I was completely done with this, I covered it in Mod Podge. And the reason is, of course, it protects, it's a sealer, but it also tones down the metallic paints, which sometimes are a little bit too shiny for my taste. Now the silver robin buff also took off a bit of that stark blackness and blended it together nicely, and also helped bring out the finer details. The back is cleaned up with a little hook. So here is number 1. And now number 2 I did on a round piece of wood. It's also clean, as you can see, with a hanger. And now on this one I created texture using these 2 stencils and my texture paste. I also created these 3 platforms here, again using a round stencil for that. And then when it was all dry, it got a coat of black gesso. And then I used metallic paints between different colors of teal, some bronze, and then also some very ordinary non-metallic paint. This is a neon orange, and I thought it was a nice contrast to the otherwise shiny paints. And then I had these metallic rings. Let me show you what they look like. They're just different sizes of bronze rings, and I used this stitching yarn to make them a little more interesting. So I just wound it around it. I used 2 different shades of teal and some, it's a brownish orange color. And then I glued them down, I offset them a little bit. And as you can see, I didn't cover everything, not each ring either, but just to give it some interesting focal point. So here's this one. Feels great. Texture is always fun. So number 2. Now number 3 is done on a very heavy piece of wood. It already had these ridges, so I decided to use some fabric on this, and I started with this burlap, and I just cut pieces and I glued them down on each side, different lengths. I also added some texture paste, and when that was all dry, I covered the whole thing with some cheesecloth. Now this is the only thing I have left, and that gave the whole thing this nice texture background. I don't know if it picks it up here. Yeah, so I quite like the way that looks. And then of course I colored. In this case I used mostly copper and some teal. I made the teal run down just a little bit. I added a couple of white edges here. And then these ridges just gave me the idea to use ordinary string like this and some tiny beads for some highlights and some more interest. So these are white and black tiny micro beads and some teal flat beads in different colors. The teal beads are kind of see-through. So here is this one. Again, as you saw earlier, it's all cleaned up with a hook. So there's number 3. Let me clean this up a little bit. And then last not least is this one, and this is definitely my favorite of the lot. It's put together by using 3 picture frames. Here you can see it more clearly. I had 2 exactly the same size, and this was the same type, but just in rectangular shape. So I glued them together. And I used them on the flat side. Here you can see the rim, but I put the rim to the back and used the flat side here. So it was easier to stencil, again using this stencil and my texture paste. Then I also took, again I think the same string here, and I bound it around different places. Then I added gesso, black gesso over everything, and then brought out some of the little squares and rectangles which are part of the stencil by using some teal color, and it kind of flows nicely down this way. And then I took some wire, just some jewelry wire, and some tiny micro beads in this really nice color. They're kind of fluorescent, metallic, multicolored, and I just wrapped it around and used my pliers to attach them real tight. It was pretty easy, and I have either 2, 3, or 4 rows again, just here and there. I tried not to make it even, it's kind of offset. And there it is, a little bit of silver robin buff on the corners mostly as well. And I really like the way this came out. It's actually hanging on my wall. And of course you could put photos here or pictures, but that wasn't my aim. I just like it as a wall decoration. So those were 4 different textured abstract I did rather recently. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope they gave you some ideas of what you could maybe do with very simple materials. None of this stuff is anything out of the ordinary. It's mostly texture paste and some fibers, some beads, a little bit of wire and string, and these substrates, all of them were laying around in my art room for already way too long. So I'm happy I was able to use them to create something. And then the sound gave up for some reason. So here I am back with a quick thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you again next Friday. I am wishing you a happy weekend. Until then, bye bye for now.